I'm going to use the same rectangle method I used to get the product rule to get the quotient rule. And it works the same way, but instead of multiplying, I'm going to be dividing. So I've still got everything the same as I did last time. I have u, delta u, v, and delta v. U is f of x, v is g of x, and what I'm looking for is this part, delta u over delta v. And I'm going to think of it in the same way as I did the product rule. I'm going to think of where in the product rule I thought of the two sides multiplied together as u plus delta u multiplied against v plus delta v and then subtracting this difference. I'm going to do the same kind of thing. I'm going to have a u and a delta u together, but I'm going to be dividing by v plus delta v and then subtracting by u divided by v. So for this, I'm going to have u plus delta u, which is this whole side, divided by v plus delta v, which is this whole side, and then I'm going to subtract u over v. Next, I'm going to put these on over the same fraction. So I'm just going to multiply this side by v plus delta v and then this side by v. Yeah, don't have a good place to put this tablet. There we go. So multiply this. And then this will just be v times v plus delta v. And then this top part will be u times v. So I'm just going to write them over the same fraction right now. Okay, what should I do next? I think I'm good to divide out by delta x. So now, as I did in the product rule, I'm going to divide both sides by delta x. So this by delta x and, well, multiply by. So this delta x is just going to divide everything on the top here by delta x, and it's not going to affect the bottom in any way. So I'm just going to rewrite the right-hand portion of it. So I'll be left with v. Oh, I should probably just subtract this out first before. So let me just go ahead and multiply this out. This is vu plus v delta u, v plus u delta v. So these first two parts will subtract out because they're the same, and then I'll just be left with, hold on, let me not get too ahead of myself here before I make a mistake. So those first terms will subtract out, so this will be v delta u minus u delta v, and still over the same denominator. And now I'm going to want to multiply by 1 over delta x. And it's just going to divide these top terms, and then it will be gone out of the denominator, and the denominator will remain the same. So this will be equal to v delta u over delta x plus u delta v over delta x, and then still the same denominator, v plus delta v. And now in order for this to be a derivative, the x is going to need to approach 0. So I'm going to take the limit as delta x approaches 0. So the limit as delta x approaches 0 of this will be the derivative v divided by v. So let me just start with the top here. As the change in x approaches 0, v will just be v. Change in u over change of x, that's the derivative of u. Change in x approaches 0 to u will just be u. Change in v over change in x, that will be the derivative of v. Forgot the u. And then the v here is not affected in any way. The v here is not affected in any way. And as the change in x approaches 0, the change in v is also going to approach 0. So I'm just going to be left with v times v, which can be v squared. And if I go back up here, g of x is v, u is f of x, g of x, derivative of f of x, derivative of g of x, and then g of x squared. And that is indeed what I got up here. Way to go, me.